Hi guys, my name is Kingsley Pegro and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the combinator selector in CSS. So let's get into it. So basically this combinator selector in CSS is used to explain a relationship between elements. So for example, the first one I have there is the first combinator selector I have is the descendant selector. So the descendant selector is basically used to select all descendant of a particular element. For example, now I have a div, so I'm going to go ahead with that. So I'm going to say I have a div now. So I have a div here, and the div has like a child element of paragraph that has a text of hello world. So that's the text of hello world. So I'm going to duplicate this text like 3 times. Then now inside this template, I have another div. So I have another div that has a paragraph. It's inside still inside my first div. I have another div that has a paragraph of hello world too. So I'm going to just put hello world there. So that means I have 4 paragraphs, but one of the paragraphs is inside another div. So I'm going to go ahead and give this div a class or an ID. So anyone want to go ahead and give it. But I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it an ID of container. An ID of container. So this ID, this div now has an ID of container. So I'm going to go into my CSS and I'm going to try selecting that. So let's say now, if you look at what we have here now, I have a div of container that has a paragraph, 3 paragraphs that contains hello world. Then inside that div of container, I have another div that has a paragraph of hello world too. So if I want to select every paragraph inside this my container div now, I can use my descendant selector to select all that. So to do that, what I just actually want to do is bring out my container. So call out my ID container here now inside my CSS. Then I want to give a space. So this space now is used to define the descendant selector. So I'm putting this space here now and I'm going to put paragraph. So that means that inside this my container div now, I want to select all the paragraphs that I have there, all the bits that I have there. So I'm going to put in that. I want to give them a background color of yellow. To give them a background color of yellow, then if I go there now, I can see that all my p tags now have a background color of yellow. So you can see that there now. So then that's the descendant for that. So then we have another type which is the child. So we have the child. So basically the child is used to select all the things that are the child of this particular element. So all the things that are the child of this container element. So you know that a descendant is different from a child. So a child is your child, your biological child, but a descendant can be the children of your child. So I guess in it. So you can have your like maybe your son has a child, like has his own children. So all those are your descendants. So I guess in it. So if you want to select just the child of this element now, what we are going to do is come back here. Now instead of using the descendant selector, we are going to use the child selector. So to use the child selector, use the greater than sign here instead of the space. So use the greater than sign here now. So let's go back to our browser now. You see what it does? So it selects all the child elements of that container now, which is the 3 paragraphs that we have there. So it selects all that. But it does not select the last one because this last one now is not a child selector, it's not a child, is actually a descendant because it has its own parents. So this our container is not the direct parents to this paragraph, which is the last paragraph we have here now. That's why it does not select that. But if we want to select this one now, what we just need to do is to use the descendant selector. So we have the next one, which is the adjacent sibling selector. So the adjacent first of all, the first one is the general sibling selector actually. So the general sibling selector is used to select a sibling of a particular element. So you know what sibling is? Sibling means that you guys have the same parents. So now let's say like my brother now, we have the same parents. So I guess in it. So because we have the same parent now, I'm not going to be inside. So if I'm trying to select anything that has the same parent as this my container now, it's not going to that element is not going to be inside this my container. It's going to be outside the container, but it's going to be in the same parent inside. Maybe for example the body now is the parent of whatever everything we have here now, right? So we need something that is inside this body the same way this container is inside the body. So let's say for example now I have another paragraph now down here. So let me just go ahead and copy the one I have here now. So I have another paragraph here, paste it here. I'm going to come now and paste another one. So I have these two here now. So let's say I come back to my style sheet now and I change this from this is my child selector to my general sibling selector. So to do the general sibling selector, you use this sign here. I'm going to put it here. So this sign we have here now in between the container and the paragraph, which is, so we want to select all the paragraphs that is the general, that is the sibling of this container here. So let's go to our browser now and look at it now. You see this ones will have outside here that are sibling of that our container that we have there. So that's why they are selected. So the general sibling selector is basically used to select the sibling of a particular element. So the sibling of this container that we have here now is just these two paragraphs that are underneath here now. The two last paragraphs, that's the general sibling select, that's the general sibling of that container. So that's basically what that one is used for. So then the next one we have there is the adjacent sibling selector. So the adjacent sibling selector is basically used to select the immediate sibling of a particular element. So I want to select the immediate sibling. So I want to select the paragraph, but the paragraph I want to select now is the immediate sibling of this container we have here. So what we basically need to use is to use our plus sign in between the elements that I'm putting in there. So I have my ID container and then I have my paragraph. So in between both of them, I put my plus icon there. So that's what I'm basically going to be using. So if I load that now and come to my browser, so you see that only one is selected of the siblings. So basically, because that adjacent sibling selector is basically used to select the immediate sibling of that particular element. So I guess it's okay, guys. So that's basically how you can use the combinator selector in CSS. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we drop awesome videos like this. See you guys in the next video.